Subscription services. Yeah, there's a lot of them right now. Like, it feels like everyone has their very own subscription service, and that includes Fortnite. However, it's a strange case, since, well, it's really weird. It all started at the very end of Chapter 1 with Epic trying to find new ways to monetize the game, when they came up with and prototyped the Fortnite Club, a Fortnite subscription service that quickly ended up getting scrapped in favor of the annual pass, a big one-time purchase that would give you access to all the battle passes that would come out that year, alongside a few exclusive skins, Astra, Bash, and Brilliant Bomber. And then the annual pass got scrapped and the exclusives got thrown into the item shop, other than Brilliant Bomber, cause I guess she's eternally cursed to be used in Nerf gun packages. So Epic went back to the subscription service idea, and tweaked it a bunch until they ended up with the Fortnite Crew, which got officially announced November 24th, 2020 to come out alongside Chapter 2 Season 5. In the announcement, Epic said that the crew packs would contain brand new cosmetics, 1000 V-Bucks, the Battle Pass, and some other unspecified benefits on a monthly basis. The announcement also stated that unlike Battle Pass items, crew items could return to the game in the future in some way. Since almost 3 years have passed since this announcement, a lot of crew packs have released, and they're quite interesting to say the least. So join me as I look back on Fortnite's subscription service and how it evolved over time, starting with Galaxy and her set. She's cool and honestly a great start to this weird little subscription service. Like her name suggests, she's like the Galaxy skins of the past, and she had an edit style which turned her into the Destroyer of Worlds, or something, I don't know, I'm guessing because of her backbling. She also had a galaxified version of the Rainbow Smash. Honestly, I wasn't sold on the idea of a Fortnite subscription service, but if they keep making cool original skins like her, I might actually like... What the fuck? Green Arrow from DC, I don't know how to feel about this one. The pack had him, his quiver, and an arrow with a boxing glove for a pickaxe, and later on they added in the members only emote. Nowadays Fortnite is mostly known for being a collab haven, but when this pack released, a lot of people didn't really like the game going into the Smash Bros of third-person shooters direction, so seeing a character from an existing piece of media in the Fortnite crew felt like a little bit of a slap to the face. Personally, I don't mind the crew having collabs in it, but also I just don't like Green Arrow. So yeah, I'm not really sure how to feel. When January was starting to end, the official Fortnite Twitter account got hacked by some fairies, because lore or something. Eventually the tweets got deleted, and in their place was the announcement of the February crew pack, V. And yes, I'm calling her V, not Vi, because female foxes or something. And dare I say it, we're so fucking back! She had the usual backbling and a pickaxe, but she also had a whole alternative style, a wrap, and 2 whole loading screens. She managed to win back a lot of people who lost faith after Green Arrow, but Green Arrow made people doubt that Epic could keep the crew good. Anyway, here's a certified bisexual icon. Lambro. He's definitely a bro, I'll give them that. He had a backpack with some climbing gear, a wacky inflatable rainbow smash for a pickaxe, a rainbow wrap with an eyeball on it, and after Chapter 2 Season 6 launched, he got a Jonesy action figure. He's just kinda okay, nothing horribly offensive, nothing mind-blowing. People were wondering, could he just be something that Epic's made to set a standard for future crew packs? Oh god, I wish Lambro was the standard. Ali, she's nowhere near as bad as I'm making her out to be, but also I don't really like her. Like, at all. She's a remix and the sister of Lynx from the Season 7 Battle Pass. She's supposedly a fashion model. Her set had a little dead mouse bag for a backbling, one of those wobbly 3D printed fish skeleton things on a stick for a pickaxe, and a loading screen. Also they threw in 3 months of Spotify Premium for her, because why not, I guess. Holy shit, is that Mantis combat? Demos was kinda better than Ali in my opinion, but still kinda eh. He had a bag with a big blade and an axe that looks like it's held up by some hands from hell, all which have a cool green style, a wrap, a loading screen, Spotify Premium, and access to the Save the World mode, where you'd get Deimos as a hero. The pack was pretty solid overall, and then something strange happened. Crew members started to receive loading screens showing Cattle Team Leader getting sucked into some parallel universe, where she encounters foreshadowing for the following season, and starts building a Power Ranger suit in order to get back home. KapiK GameR ピンクマは
見知らぬ次元に飛ばされていた。そして新たな仲間と出会い、戦う力を手に入れた。
This is the first Crew Pack that had its own music track, and also one of the best ones. She had 3 styles, and so did her backbling and pickaxe, and the video kinda says all you need to know about them. The pack also contained the teaser loading screens that were in Deimos' pack. Speaking of which, I'm low-key interested in who that guy is. Oh, it's Loki. Good design for him, I think. I don't really know that much about him. He had a cool loading screen and a flashbang of a glider, and he accidentally murdered a wacky inflatable tube man. Okay, next. Summer Sky, aka Ava, aka the love letter for community concept skins. She's a walking reference to many of the community-made skins that made it into the game. Hell, here's her creator pointing out all the little references. And here's me pointing out how Epic missed the fact that the armor was supposed to be made out of cardboard, and that they tied her to Sky for whatever reason. We are so close to greatness. Either way, she also had a weird orange style and an admittedly cute loading screen and 2 wraps. Also a special glider loading screen and banner for the Rifter when thrown in later when the Rifter happened. In September we got the first crew pack in a set of 3, based around Midas's old recruits, and our first ever crew legacy, the Protocol pack. The crew legacy is just Epic trying to get people to actually renew their subscriptions, instead of just joining every month. By locking styles and items behind future crew packs, as long as your crew membership was active when they rotated out. In this case, as the stages of the legacy passed, the backbling grew bigger, and eventually spat out dual-wield axes that also grew with future stages. Cool, but nothing really mind-blowing. On the other hand, the main crew pack was the Burning Wolf, the first of the First Shadows. He had a whole voiced motion comic promotional video, before Epic scrapped it and tried to scrap it off the internet. He had dual-wield swords for both his backbling and pickaxe. He also had a pretty cool loading screen of himself, and a pretty cool loading screen of all the First Shadows together. The first ever Halloween crew pack contained Chaos Origins, a creepier and gooier version of that one guy who was relevant for like 5 seconds. He had a couple of goo tubes for a backbling, a goo mace, and a wrap that sadly wasn't gooey, and a loading screen of him looking at his messed up hand. Also we got an Ariana Grande pickaxe for doing challenges, what? This pack had Sierra, the final part of the First Shadows trio in it. She's an assassin, I think, I'm not sure. She, her backbling, and pickaxe all had this ocean-like style, and she also had a wrap in the same style, as well as the loading screen of her in her original style. However, that's not where the story ends, no. If you collected all 3 of the First Shadows, you'd unlock ultimate power! AKA just black and gold styles for the skins, and the group photo loading screen. Honestly, they're kinda cool other than the Shadow logo being splattered everywhere. Just a little neat reward for getting all 3 of them. Cube Assassin, the mini-boss of the Sideways Anomalies, now part of a monthly subscription service. Her name explains her deal pretty well. She's an assassin related to cubes, so her set is decked out with a bunch of tiny cubes and glyphs. However, there was a tiny bit of controversy with this pack. When Epic announced it, the promo image had 2 backblings in it. The Cubist, the one we got, and a much fancier version of it, which had some wings and a big glowing crystal thing in it instead of a smaller cube. This was the version that the boss used, and it had a couple of unique things about it. Once defeated, the boss would drop her sideways weapon in one of 3 rarities. A lot of people probably thought it was just completely dependent on RNG, and it was, but the color of the crystal could actually be used to know exactly what rarity her weapon would be. Hell, it even had an unused blue version, which meant that she was originally going to drop blue guns on death. Some people were genuinely excited for it, me included, and then the pack itself came out. It was nowhere to be found. A bit of time passes and then the official Fortnite Twitter account tweets out,
"I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment, and I don't expect to be forgiven. I'm simply here to apologize."
They stated that the image of the backbling was included by accident, and then they just removed it. why they would go for the effort of making a locker image for a backbling that was tied to a boss and thus wouldn't even need one if they never intended on people actually getting it is beyond me. Anyway, before I flip out, the island is gonna. The first crew pack of 2022 had Snow Stealth Stone, Fortnite's best girl boss, now in winter gear, in order to safely drill onto the rock's little island. Her backlings and pickaxe came in two flavors, Winter Fresh and Orange. She also had a wrap, and honestly I'm kinda disappointed. Like, don't get me wrong, she's still Sloan, she's far from bad. But also, out of Sloan's free skins, this is probably my least favorite. And she didn't even get to wear it during Season 2, she just went back to her regular IO clothes. So yeah, not bad, but not that great. Aftermath. The aftermath of him leaving was me completely forgetting he even existed. He's a skeleton DJ with some prismatic clothes, a very form backbling, and a rap that kinda mixed everything together. Honestly, he would have been better if he was a shop skin. Next. March had Tracy Trouble, an agent of love and heartbreak, I think. She had a pickaxe, a backbling, and a rap. And everything other than the rap had an evil, dark, fucked up version that was merely a glimpse into Epic's dark, twisted reality. She's cool, but I don't have that much to say about her. Sayara, a catgirl ninja thing that has a backpack, jewelries, and a rap, none of which have edit styles. If this was written before 2023, this segment would have ended here, but look carefully at that head shape. Could it be?
I'm howling at the moon and playing Garden Ban my entire afternoon. Batman, whatever did you do to make an indie horror game?
Crashing a lights out, just down for my own space. Too big to miss it, too much to fall in place.
Finally, something I can actually write more than 2 lines about. Southpaw, the underdog robot wrestler, with mechanical sci-fi robot arms, and homophobia in her eyes. She launched with a flail pickaxe that looked different, specifically if you used it on her, and a weird pair of wings, as well as a music pack, plus an instrumental version of it, and a loading screen that showed her making the funny robot hands, entering the ring, and fighting. This is already more than the last 3 packs, but then they throw in an additional loading screen showing her upgrading her arm and absolutely wrecking everyone else in the ring, whilst her stuff began to turn diamond. Then we got a big, fully fledged Epic-made render of her in the diamond style as a loading screen, as well as the diamond style for her backbling, and her pickaxe. Yeah, she's kinda really cool in my opinion, and her pack is definitely better than the other packs in 2020 had to offer up to that point. My only real complaint is that she didn't have a wrap, but honestly that just kinda feels like nitpicking. So yeah, overall an amazing pack. Holy hell, is that a lore-relevant recolor? The Mecha Strike Commander, aka Mecha Team Leader, but 7 flavored. Originally they just had a backbling and a wrap and a loading screen, but after the event they got a big energy sword and a built-in emote which had them project a heart into the air, both of which were things that made their first appearance in the event itself. Honestly, I wish it had different colors for the body parts like the original, especially since the Chapter 2 end event had the scientist in his white style. And Chapter 3 Season 2 itself had the Imagined and the Order, both of which had completely unique armor colors. But alas, we were simply given the trademark blue that 4 out of the 7 use. That's all the RC for a crew skin. Phaedra, who shakes up the Fortnite summer skin economy by being a goth girl in beach clothes instead of just a girl in beach clothes. Her backbling, Seth, honestly kinda carried the entire pack, cause Save the World is kinda meaningless at this point. Like, just look at him, he's so squishable. Her pickaxe and glider were both her umbrella. But there's something funny about the latter. As you might know, Fortnite gives you umbrellas for winning a game of a season, and they have their own gliding animation, different from the regular two-handed gliders, and the dozen or so different animations for different gliders that got added way later on. So since her glider is literally an umbrella, you'd expect it to have the umbrella animation, right? Wrong! It actually has the regular two-handed one because it has two handles for some reason. Other than that, she's cool. I really wonder when the next one... What? Like, actually, what is this? I don't mean it like, oh, collab bad. As dismissive as I was with Loki, I actually think his design is, like, really cool. What the fuck is going on here? Why is he wearing, like, two shreds of his superhero costume? Why is his mask just kind of dangling around like that? Like, I know why. I actually read this mess of a comic. But, like, who designed this? Just kinda looks like someone screenshotting some login to Wolverine edit precisely as the transition was starting. I don't really understand it. Other than him, there was a loading screen of him with Jonesy and the Imagined. I wonder why she's there. There's also... Can you tell that I don't really like this pack and the comic that's tied to it? Well, I hope at least the next one can be good. Mami, Lawless, a second female counterpart to Wildcard, because everyone collectively decided to forget about the other one. She had styles based on playing card symbols, just like original Wildcard. She also had a little stabby knife, a cool looking card backplate that had a style for Wildcard and her, a rap, and a music pack that's been playing in the background this whole time. She's cool, but yeah, she's kinda simple. Red Claw. He kinda reminds me of Hank J. Wimbledon from Madness. Think about it, they're both dudes wearing combat gear, and both of them had Red Claw hands. He had a backbling that was his little stupid skull thing holding his dual-wield pickaxes, and his theme. And in my opinion, you know, it's kinda really good. There was also this loading screen showing him fighting these little chrome ghost things, leading people to believe that Fortnite Mers would have us fighting those little chrome ghosts, only to be hit in the face with fairies and a Pickle Rick sponsored Horde Rush. Regardless, he has a really cool pack. The Inquisitor, aka the Fortnite version of Sammy Lawrence, aka the Herald's Pet Octopus, aka the guy with the octopus knives. He's a dude made out of ink, with an octopus on top of his head. Like the Cube Assassin, he had a little mini-boss in the map before being squeezed into the crew. The crew pack also had a loading screen that depicted him as some Lovecraftian abomination, when he looks like this in-game. His octopus blades with octopus blades written on them, and his backbling which had a little eyeball that was holding up the octopus blades. He also had a music pack, but that wasn't part of the crew. Instead it was something you'd get from completing challenges. November also introduced the second crew legacy pack, the Photonic Blade. It worked the same way as the Protocol pack. It unlocked new styles when the crew rotated out. It was a funny sword that grew, then went through mitosis, then grew some more, then fused back into one, and finally got the ability to change its colors. Overall, November was kinda just alright for the crew. Damn, that's cool! Johnny the Red, aka the High School Vampire Slayer #1, and the introduction to the High Stakes Club. Their crew pack at launch had them, their sword, despite the fact that they use a broadsword that gets more red the more you use it. But honestly, good on them for having some backup in case they get disarmed or something. And a loading screen showing them and the rest of the High Stakes Club. Halsey, who was a part of the Chapter 4 Season 1 Battle Pass, and Lucian West, who is an item shop skin that released in the same season, opening some crypt and getting ready to fight. Also, since I mentioned Halsey, in the lore she works at a boba shop, and going back to Johnny's backbling, you can see that they have a tiny boba keychain. That's some cute attention to detail. The crew pack later got updated to have a music pack that's in Japanese because why not, a second loading screen showing Johnny tearing through a group of driftwalkers, a style that turns Johnny into the and this was a little crew bonus for Winterfest, so it was technically a part of both the December 2022 pack and the January 2023 pack. Either way, I'd say this was a fantastic pack, and definitely a better way to end off a year than a mini-boss that had its stuff removed from its pack. Anyway! Oh dear, that's a deer! Guildhard, a deer man with a big pointy glaive thing, and a back bling. And this abomination was there for like 3 days too, I guess. I don't really like him, but I really have nothing to say about him. A prime example of this new Fortnite design phenomenon called the Chapter 4 Thief Syndrome. And I mean, just look at this. I think the reason it can stand out so much is due to the character models getting more cartoony as time went on with those big old bag eyes, while the thief got more realistic somehow. Either way, the crew pack contained Sylvie, the blacksmith of the Oathbound, who had 2 hammers as her dual-wield pickaxes, and her pet dragon buddy, who's just the cutest thing ever. Like, look at him! And if you like him so much, then you can decorate your guns with a wrap made to look like his flesh. Anyway, this pack also had a loading screen. I wonder who that is. Fortnite Kieran, aka an artifact from a parallel universe where Genshin Impact actually had dark-skinned people in it. Jokes aside, he's alright. He had a really big sword for both his backbling and a pickaxe, a wrap that was basically just him if he was a gun, and a music pack. But that's not all! If you collected both Sylvie and him, you'd get access to the prestigious, exclusive Masterwork pickaxe, a big sword with a purple and pink blade. It wasn't really anything big, but you know, it was just a cute little cool thing. So overall, March was really solid. The iconic man who says his iconic line of "Stay away from that terminal," or something I kinda forgot. Triarch Nox! He had 2 side pickaxes, a backpack that I don't even know how to describe, and a wrap that was basically just himself as a gun. Funny thing about him is that people originally thought he was the personification of the Nothing. And to be honest, he might as well be, considering the fact that he also did absolutely nothing during his time in the spotlight. Also, they threw in the Rocket League Battle Pass later on, cause why not? Cool skin, but his pack was honestly kinda empty. Dahlia, the self-made, self-perfected, generic cyberpunk person with plastic skin because Cyberpunk Japan season. The pack had her exospine, an admittedly sick pickaxe, this absolutely glorious loading screen, and the Rocket League pass again. Decent but nothing really crazy. I'm not gonna go for the low-hanging fruit here. I'm just gonna say my opinions on him. He's just kinda bad. Like, he only had a pickaxe and his dumb little skull, and the Rocket League pass, cause that's just a given now, I guess. The pack was just kinda empty and he just looked kinda bad. However, June also had something way more interesting when it came to the crew. The Trister Legacy pack. It worked like the last 2, but this one also had an intriguing story behind it. Originally, instead they were intended to be for one of those "Hey, bring your friends back to the game!" events Epic does like every season, before being replaced with some emoticons or something, I don't know, and being moved into the Crew Legacy pack. The first stage of this pack had an emoticon, a spray, and a banner. The second stage had a wrap and a music pack. That's deliciously stupid. The third stage had a backbling, which was a recolor of Phoenix's backbling. The fourth stage had a pickaxe that was a recolor of Phoenix's pickaxe. The fifth stage had Volpes, a recolor of Phoenix. Honestly, it might be the most interesting Crew Legacy to me, mostly because of its history and because I'm basic fairy trash. Even then, it doesn't save it from the astounding bleh of sticks. Breezabelle, a summer remix of Denny's Isabelle, which was made by Denny himself, unlike Grisabelle, Blizzabelle, and Chrisabelle, which were made by Epic. She's alright, but also suffers from the same flaw that every other Isabelle remix suffers from. None of them adapt the cloak. Like, I guess I can see why the summer one didn't, but like Grisabelle, a Halloween version of the original, didn't adapt the spooky, mysterious, magical cloak version, when Isabelle herself was a Halloween concept before being dropped into the game in the spring. Either way, her pack will also kinda suffers from a bit of emptiness, as she just had a single pickaxe and a backbling. However, when the summer event happened, the pack got expanded by a tiny peely plush, which was also designed by Denny for his monkeys concept. Why did Epic decide to only get the banana instead of the whole skin? Who knows, it's Epic Games. Overall, another kinda epic. We've kinda been on a losing streak for a while. I hope the next one is good. Holy hell, they stole their fucking cell shading! Kind of shit in Asteria. August had 2 whole skins, 2 whole backblings, 2 whole pickaxes, a sick loading screen, and the Rocket League Battle Pass. The skins were Prince Oren and Princess Lexa, both remixes of Fortnite's first proper cel-shaded skins, meant to look like anime. You can really tell this was their first attempt. Their backblings were both related to night things, moons and stars, and their pickaxes were weapons. That loading screen though, I wonder who they're fighting. Wow! Her song sounds like something that would play in a phone reveal. Astria, a cosmic being that represents the birth of a star, maybe, I don't know. She had a backbling that was a little black hole, and a pickaxe that looks like it specializes in ripping through the space-time continuum. She also had a weirdly artsy loading screen, and a style that had her be more galaxy-y. Yeah. At the time of writing the script, she's the most recent crew pack. And ending this little retrospective on a galaxy-like skin when the very first crew pack was a galaxy-like skin is honestly kinda poetic. So with that being said, yeah, Astra had a really cool pack. So we've reached the end for now, huh? Looking back on these packs was honestly quite fun. So now that we're here, I should probably answer the question of, is this whole mess even worth your money? And honestly, it's kinda a mix of yes and no. Some packs are really good, and some packs are Wolverine Zero. So if anything, I'd only recommend getting the ones you're interested in, waiting for the next one, then unsubscribing as soon as you get it, so you get 2 for the price of 1. Although it's kinda funny how the first 4 crew packs kinda represent the overall inconsistency of the crew. It can go from good, to bad, to great, to just kinda alright in a matter of 4 packs. Thanks for joining me on this little retrospective. And before I end this video, let me mention, they still haven't returned, what the hell was that part of the blog post about? And also let me do a quick little ranking of the skins. "36, Wolverine Zero, I hate everything he stands for. 35, Styx, he's just bleh. 34, Ali, I just really don't like her. 33, Green Arrow, he was really lackluster after Galaxia. 32, Aftermath, he's just forgettable. 31, Lambro, don't get me wrong, he's a bro, but nothing really noteworthy. 30, Sayara, makes me want to do drone puzzles. 29, Demos, just alright. 28, Dahlia, I don't like the cyberpunk robotic flash thing. 27, Mecha Strike Commander, Mecha Team Leader, but blue. 26, Snow Cell Sloan, I wish this design actually mattered. 25, Breezabelle, the OG Isabelle is still the best one. 24, Tracy Travel, she's cool. 23, Loki, I Loki like his design. 23, Sierra, cool but the weakest of the first shadows. 21, Kieran, cool. 20, Phaedra, Steph carried. 19, Sylvie, Groker carried. 18, Prince Oren, I actually kinda like regular Oren more. 17, Triarchnox, love his design, wish he actually did something. 16, Galaxia, great start to this mess. 15, Loveless, another reason to never buy the original wildcard. 14, Chaos Origins, good. 13, Volves, 12, Burning Wolf, 11, V. What can I say except I'm just basic fairy trash. 10, Guildhard, Funny Antlerman. 9, Summer Sky, wish Epic didn't butcher the cardboard thing. 8, Astria, I will blast her theme whenever I open a phone shop. 7, Cube Assassin, I love cubes, wish we got the advanced cubist though. 6, Mecha Cuddle Master, Cuddle Team Power Ranger. 5, Princess Lexa, minus the Nightmare Fuel. 4, Southpaw, Cool Robo Wrestler. 3, Red Claw, Madness. 2, Inquisitor, I just really love his silly little visor. Number 1, Johnny the Red, I just love to see a datem who slays and slashes them. If you disagree with my ranking, feel free to hurl insults my way in the comments, and subscribe to never miss my horrible takes. Okay, bye!